scale, and we have difficulties here. 1, 2, bit of a plateauing 1, higher up, and then a finale, difficulty of 4. On this scale, we put places where we want to have jumps, and then trampoline jumps, and also enemies, so that we kind of scattered around. Then we took the layout of a level, which actually goes like this. This is the start of it. And then this is that section, and we place those elements essentially just as dots, points of interest, jumps, enemies, trampolines on it. With that, this was like final design. Kind of like we have enemies with 3 people, where we have a kind of lookout onto the final battle arena. So then we started going with it. So this is where we start. This is the start. This is the switch for the door, just an entrance. Couple of small jumps. First enemy as an intro. First trampoline. You can go both ways. This is the last thing we added recently, just for adding something. But originally, you just jump up. You have 2 enemies, so you are the goal of our level also is multi enemies of simple basic value. So we have multi enemy introduction. This is like a kind of a midpoint of a scene. You jump up. You have 3 levels. There's a bit of a window, so because you can see what's around the rest of the level, and also the final place. And this is a bit of a plateauing, quieter time. There's no enemies here, but there's lots of jumps. So there's like 4 or 5 particular jumps where you have to be like fairly agile. And then once you're at the top, you start descending. There's also an idea that one of those jumps will be a deeper jump where you cannot go back, so it blocks you in the arena. And you approach the four enemies at the very end. This was just a side quest to add to have an option of because here the number of enemies just goes up linearly, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we thought maybe we want to have a bit of a float in that, and introduction of the key at the very end. But this is our main loop. Questions?
So there was another part to it.
Oh.
I wanted to have a way of foreshadowing everything, the whole level. So I created with a colleague. We have created a plateau, a higher up tower with a side quest, binoculars you could say, where you can look on the whole map, because here you can stand really on an edge and look at the finish line. The same is that this kind of pathway, it's not difficult. It's only difficult because of the way it is presented, right? So the whole aspect of jumping, it's about 6, I think, difficulty in the whole. Okay. So the idea is that just you can choose more difficult path that is simpler for the mind, but there are some ways. For example, here there are several jumps that are distance of 1, so they just they are faster, easier, but they are tricky to understand that you can go that way. So the whole aspect is that it is really unstable. There even is an aspect of rotation here, but it's unnecessary completely. This is just to show that you can have some interesting, something interesting, right? That doesn't affect really gameplay, but you could have a scare for laughs or something like that. So there was also an idea of swinging hammer of fire or something like that, but instead we just created a totem. And
okay, you're right.
Cool.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a dead man hanging.
yeah.
You're right.
Hey, so questions? Any feedback? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I've got one. This place that foreshadows whole the level. Isn't it supposed to be where's the beginning of the level?
Here.
And it's accessible from that to, you know, if you want to foreshadow whole level, is supposed to be at the beginning.
I think it's meant to be entered from here.
Okay, so it's like
Yes. This is the proper way, really. This is just the way that you can. Well, those jumps were introduced by me. Because this the whole aspect was to separate this path, right? Okay, this aspect, this tower, from the side. So we have a wall here. But those jumps, if you use, you can just jump through here and look at something before you die, right? Okay, so.
Because souls like
more like a Doom going into the lava, right? With thumbs up, right? It's just for the players to explore, right? Because the idea, I wanted to introduce some aspect of
Yeah, and there's side objective. So in fact, the go to the tower is some kind of side quest of this level. Yeah.
Yeah, point of interest for a player, right? So the whole point of side quest is looking through the whole map, have a great picture for a wallpaper or
So
something.
in fact, I like the how you foreshadow the level, not just here, but in other places too, like this window, etc.
Yeah, we also introduced here, for example, this door is opened by this power stone that you can break this wall with. Some aspects of introduction, just simple mechanic.
We also foreshadow the first encounter at the very beginning of the level, since this is supposed to represent
Yeah, you could just
chain fence.
Yeah, or
wall
just
that you can
grate, right? So you just see this part. From here you can see everything. From this you can see this part. So we have divided it into sections of foreshadowing parts of elements. Yeah, of map.
Yeah, we should move on.
Yeah.
So